Welcome back to ZE Coins. We've got a super exciting topic to dive into. We're talking about a coin that you might have lying around in your spare change, the 2006p Mint Mark dime. This little coin could potentially be worth much more than you think, even up to $1 million. So, grab your magnifying glasses, because by the end of this video, you might just have a treasure worth some serious money sitting in your collection or wallet. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the 2006p Mint Mark dime. The US dime, like all US coins, has a specific design that changes over the years. The 2006 dime, for example, features Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll see a torch with an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, the P Mint mark means that this coin was minted in the Philadelphia Mint. Most dimes that year were produced with the Philadelphia Mint mark, but there's a reason this specific coin is catching the attention of collectors around the world. So why is the 2006p Mint Mark dime so important? Well, to understand the value, we need to take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. Since then, the design has remained largely the same, making these dimes a staple in American currency. However, there are certain rare variations, mint errors, or unique characteristics that can skyrocket their value. Even a dime from 2006. In terms of circulation, the 2006 dimes were produced in the millions, which means most of them aren't going to break the bank. However, a few exceptions do exist. You see, even small changes in minting, wear, or even errors can lead to a coin being worth much more than face value. What makes some of these dimes worth so much money? The secret often lies in the minting process. Coins from the US Mint can sometimes have minor errors, like double strikes, off-center prints, or die cracks. And in the case of the 2006p Mint dime, collectors are on the lookout for some rare variations. If you find one of these, it could be worth far more than just 10 cents. For example, some dimes from 2006 were struck with a double die, meaning that the image of Roosevelt's face was struck twice, creating a slight overlap. Coins with this kind of error are highly sought after and can fetch anywhere from $100 to $500, or even more depending on the quality. You can easily identify these errors by looking closely at the coin under good lighting. If you see a faint ghost image of Roosevelt's face, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Now, let's talk about the real money. The current market value of a standard 2006p Mint Mark dime isn't much. It's worth about its face value of 10 cents. But as we've mentioned before, minting errors or unique characteristics can increase a dime's worth exponentially. On platforms like eBay or other coin auction sites, you might see certain rare 2006 dimes sell for $100 or more if they have minting errors or are in excellent condition. But what about the big one, the $1 million dime? Well, that would require a near-perfect specimen with extremely rare characteristics like a double die error, extreme misprints, or unique historical significance. In fact, a dime from 2006 with a major minting error can end up in the hands of a high-end collector or a coin dealer willing to pay top dollar. We've seen coins with similar errors sell for as much as $1 million, and while it's rare, it does happen. So, if you've got a 2006p Mint Mark dime sitting in your collection or even mixed in with your loose change, you might want to check it over carefully. Okay, so you've got your 2006p Mint Mark dime, but how do you know if it's worth more than just 10 cents? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a coin loop to closely inspect the coin's details. Start by checking the mint mark. If it's a P, then it was minted in Philadelphia, which is one step toward confirming its authenticity. Next, look at Roosevelt's face. Are there any signs of doubling? Is the torch design off-center? Examine the edges of the coin for anywhere that could indicate a misprint or other valuable errors. You'll also want to consider getting the coin graded by a professional service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These services can help assess the condition of the coin and assign it a grade, which can significantly impact its value. Let's take a look at some real-life examples of 2006p Mint Mark dimes that have been sold for big money. There's a 2006p dime that sold for $1,000 due to a very unique error in the minting process, a double die, making it one of the rarest errors of that year. Another example includes a nearly perfect dime from 2006 that sold for $500 because of its flawless condition and minimal wear. If you happen to find one of these rare examples, you could be holding onto something incredibly valuable. So, as you can see, even a seemingly ordinary 2006 p mint mark dime can be worth a small fortune, and in some rare cases, it could be worth way more than just a dime. Always check your coins carefully, especially if you think they might have some unique characteristics. And remember, with coin collecting, patience is key. The value of a coin can fluctuate, so make sure you stay informed and stay on top of the market. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip. If you think you found a rare coin, get it appraised and graded. It could be the difference between holding on to a $1 dime or a $1,000 or even $1 million treasure. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin-related tips and history, and leave any questions you have in the comments below. Happy hunting, and good luck with your coin collection. See you in the next video. We're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable dimes in modern US coinage, the 2007 p mint mark dime. This little coin might just be sitting in your pocket or collecting dust in a drawer, but did you know it could be worth big money? Even up to $2 million? Stick with us as we uncover its history, why it's so valuable, and how you can spot a rare find that could make you a fortune. First, let's start with the basics. The dime, as you may know, is one of the most iconic and smallest coins in U.S. currency. The 2007 p mint mark dime was produced by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, and it features the famous Roosevelt design. But what sets this particular coin apart from the rest? Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, was immortalized on the dime after his death in 1945. His image continues to appear on dimes issued up to today. But the real story of the 2007 p mint mark dime isn't just about the design. It's about what makes some of these coins rare, valuable, and, well, worth millions. To understand why this particular coin can be so valuable, we need to talk about rarity. As with all collectibles, rarity plays a huge role in determining value. The 2007 p dime is interesting because it was part of a series where the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different coin production methods. In 2007, the Mint produced fewer coins with the p mint mark, and when certain errors occurred during production, those coins became exceptionally rare. For example, some 2007 p dimes were struck with unique errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, which made them particularly desirable to collectors. These errors are what make certain 2007 p dimes worth much more than their face value of just 10 cents. So, what types of errors should you be looking for? Let's break down a few of the most valuable ones. Double die errors. One of the most exciting things collectors look for in coins is the double die error, where the die strikes the coin multiple times, leaving a distinct doubling effect on the design. For the 2007 p dime, a well-known double die error is the one found on the reverse side of the coin, where the torch and olive branch show noticeable doubling. These are extremely rare, and if you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Off-center strikes. Another type of error to look out for is the off-center strike. These occur when the blank coin is misaligned with the die during the minting process. This can result in a dime where the design is misaligned, creating a visually striking, pun intended, coin. These off-center dimes can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the extent of the misalignment. Die cracks. Sometimes, as the minting process continues, the dies used to stamp coins can develop cracks. These cracks can show up on your 2007 p dime, often along the rim or in the design. While die cracks are not as rare as double die errors, they are still highly prized by collectors and can increase the value of your dime significantly. Now let's talk about what your 2007 p mint mark dime could be worth today. If you find a standard 2007 p dime in good condition, it's still worth just 10 cents. But once you start looking for those rare error varieties, the value skyrockets. For example, a 2007 p double die dime in pristine condition can fetch anywhere from $200 to $1,000, depending on how prominent the doubling is. Off-center dimes can sell for $500 to $2,000 or more, especially if they're significantly misaligned. But here's where things get really exciting. A 2007 P double die error that's graded in perfect mint condition could go for upwards of $10,000 or more. And in the rarest cases, certain error coins have been sold for as much as $2 million at auction. Now that you know how valuable these coins can be, you're probably wondering, how do I find one of these hidden gems? The answer is simple. Keep an eye out. You might be able to find a 2007 P dime in your pocket change, but remember, not every 2007 P dime is going to be worth a small fortune. You need to know what to look for. Here are a few tips. Always check your dimes for clear signs of errors like double designs, off-center strikes, and die cracks. Get a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the finer details. If you find a rare coin, have it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to determine its value. The value of a rare 2007 P dime can increase significantly with professional grading, so don't skip this step. To sum it up, the 2007 P Mint Mark dime might seem like just another coin in your change jar. But if you take the time to inspect it for rare errors, you could be holding a true treasure. With some 2007 P dimes worth upwards of $2 million, the hunt for these coins is definitely worth it. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, keep your eyes peeled for these hidden gems, because you never know when you'll come across a coin that could make you a millionaire. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin hunting tips and valuable finds. Until next time, happy collecting! We're diving into something truly exciting for coin collectors, the 2015 D Mint Mark dime. You might think a dime is just a dime, but let me tell you, this little coin can actually be worth way more than you might expect, with some even reaching an astonishing $3 million. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a curious viewer, this video will walk you through the history, the value, and the fascinating potential that this specific dime holds. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for this small but mighty coin. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 D dime is a modern U.S. coin, minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver. It's part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been around since 1946. Designed by John R. Sinnock, the coin features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength. But here's where things get interesting. While most 2015 D-dimes are worth just 10 cents, some rare versions of this coin have recently made headlines because they are worth much, much more. We're talking about dimes that are worth thousands, even millions of dollars. You see, coin values fluctuate due to several factors like rarity, condition, and any unique errors or misprints that may occur during the minting process. And in the case of the 2015 D dime, there's a fascinating history behind its value. Now, when we're talking about a 2015 D dime's potential worth, we need to consider a few key elements that can dramatically increase its value. The first and most important factor is rarity. As you may know, rare coins are often worth significantly more than their face value. Some of the rarest 2015 D dimes have been discovered with mint errors, things like double dies, off-center strikes, and missing details. These types of flaws can turn an otherwise normal dime into a highly valuable collector's item. Just recently, one of these error coins sold for over $100,000 at auction. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about the 2015 D dimes that have been reported to be worth over $3 million. These coins didn't just happen by chance. Their value was driven by a combination of perfect condition, unique characteristics, and an extremely limited number of surviving coins. Of course, if you have a 2015 D dime and want to know if it's worth more than its face value, you'll need to get it professionally graded. Grading is a process that determines the condition of the coin, and a higher grade means a higher value. Coins with a grade of MS 67 or higher, mint state, are typically the ones that fetch the big bucks. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could a small dime be worth $3 million? Well, it all comes down to something called a unique error. And if you're lucky enough to find a 2015 D dime with a combination of rarity, pristine condition, and one of these highly coveted errors, your coin could potentially fetch millions at auction. So, how can you tell if your dime is one of these high-value gems? First, keep an eye out for some telltale signs of error. Look for features like Double die obverse, where the details on Roosevelt's portrait appeared doubled off center strikes, where the coin wasn't struck properly, creating a distorted image. Missing mint marks. Sometimes, the mint mark from Denver, the D on the coin, may be missing or misprinted. The more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin could be. However, the chance of finding one of these rare errors is slim, but it's certainly not impossible. Just to give you an idea of how big the market for these rare dimes can be, a 2015 D double die dime with an MS 67 grade was sold at auction for around $300,000. Other error coins have sold for over $500,000. And with the right buyer, a truly perfect specimen could go for millions. To wrap it up, while most 2015 D-dimes are still just worth their 10-cent face value, there are definitely some out there that could be worth big money, potentially a lot of big money. The key is knowing what to look for and understanding the factors that determine a coin's worth. So, be sure to keep an eye on your change and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a dime that makes you a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their potential value, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you've ever found a rare coin or have questions about your collection, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep searching, because the next big find could be right under your nose. If you're a fan of rare coins, then today's video is going to be an exciting journey into the world of a particular dime, the 2015 P Mint Mark dime. You may have heard that this dime can be worth a lot of money, and we're going to dive into exactly why this coin is so special and why it's been making waves in the coin collecting community. From its intriguing history to the incredible value it holds today, you don't want to miss out. So, let's get started. Before we get into the big money side of things, let's talk about where the 2015 P dime comes from and why it's such an important piece of history. In 2015, the U.S. Mint did something that hasn't been done in nearly 50 years. For the first time since 1965, a P Mint mark was added to dimes for circulation. But why was this such a big deal? For decades, the U.S. Mint used the D Mint mark for dimes produced at the Denver Mint and the S Mint mark for dimes from San Francisco. However, in 2015, the Mint decided to honor the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark on dimes for the very first time in history. And let me tell you, collectors took notice. Prior to this, the last time a P Mint mark appeared on a coin for regular circulation was in 1980, and before that, it hadn't been seen on dimes since World War II. That added a layer of excitement among coin collectors. Now, what makes the 2015 P dime even more fascinating is that there were relatively few of them minted compared to other dimes, which makes this coin a rare find in your pocket change. But here's the kicker. This coin isn't just rare. It's also valuable. The 2015 P dime wasn't initially thought to be worth much. But after its release, collectors started noticing its significance, and as time passed, the demand for these coins grew. People started to find these coins with interesting features, whether they were uncirculated or had unique error marks, causing their value to soar. Because of its limited mintage, finding a pristine, uncirculated 2015 P dime is like discovering a treasure. And it's not just about the condition of the coin. It's also about the fact that it marks an important moment in U.S. Mint history. One of the most exciting reasons the 2015 P dime is making headlines today is because of its error coins. As many coin collectors know, error coins can be worth a small fortune. The 2015 P dime is no exception. Let's talk about the spiked head error for a second. Some of these dimes show a noticeable die break on the reverse, which causes a spike to appear on the head of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the coin's main feature. These coins can fetch thousands of dollars, and in certain cases, we're talking about $10,000 or more for a well-preserved error coin. In fact, error coins like these have led to some seriously high bids at auctions, and it's not just about the errors. A 2015 P dime in perfect, gem-quality condition can command prices that you wouldn't expect for a coin this small. Now, you've probably heard rumors about some dimes being worth $4 million. So, is that true? Can a 2015 P dime actually sell for millions of dollars? Well, here's the thing. While the 2015 P dime isn't typically going to fetch millions of dollars, there are a few coins out there that have hit astronomical prices. These tend to be the absolute rarest of the rare, with unique errors or a particularly historical context. But it's important to remember that the average 2015 P-dime won't bring in anywhere near that amount. Most of them fall into the range of $3 to $10, depending on their condition. But don't be discouraged. Even if you're not sitting on a $4 million dime, you could still have a valuable coin if it's well-maintained, uncirculated, or has one of those fascinating minting errors. So, how can you tell if the 2015 P-dime you found is worth more than just face value? It all comes down to a few key factors. First, check the condition. A 2015 P-dime in near mint condition will be worth far more than one that's been heavily circulated. Look for scratches, discoloration, or anything that could detract from its appearance. The clearer and sharper the features of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the better. Second, check for errors. The most valuable 2015 P-dimes often have die cracks or other imperfections that make them stand out from the crowd. As we mentioned earlier, error coins like the spiked head error can sell for thousands. Lastly, consider having your coin professionally graded. A high-grade coin, certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, will help you get top dollar when selling it. To wrap it up, the 2015 P-dime is one of the most interesting coins to come out of the US Mint in recent years. It's not just about its historical significance, it's also about its growing value in the coin market. Whether you find one in your spare change or purchase one from a trusted dealer, this little dime could turn out to be more valuable than you ever imagined. While it might not be worth $4 million for most collectors, there's definitely potential to make a significant profit if you find the right coin. So, get out there, check your change, and keep your eyes peeled for those rare, valuable 2015 P-dimes. You just might have a hidden treasure on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their value, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss an update. Leave us a comment down below if you've ever found a valuable coin, and share your thoughts on the 2015 P-dime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting coin collecting and money-making tips. Today, we're diving into something that's been flying under the radar for many coin collectors. We're talking about the 2019 D-Mint Mark dimes. These little guys might look like any regular dime, but trust me, some of them are worth big money. In fact, we're going to talk about how they could even be worth up to $5 million. So, stick around, because you might have one of these in your pocket right now. Let's start with the basics. This is a 2019 dated dime, struck at the Denver Mint. The D-Mint mark indicates that it was produced there, rather than in Philadelphia, where the majority of coins are made. So, what makes these dimes special? Let's go back to the history of the US dime. Before we jump into the specifics of the 2019 D-dime, let's talk about dimes in general. The US dime has been a key part of American coinage for centuries, with various iconic designs. One of the most famous is the Mercury dime, which was issued from 1916 to 1945. Fast forward to today, and we have the modern Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The design has remained largely the same, with some minor updates. Now, let's get into what makes the 2019 D-dime so intriguing. It's important to note that, in most cases, a regular 2019 D-dime is worth exactly 10 cents, the face value of the coin. However, due to a series of factors, some of these coins have grown into highly sought-after collectibles. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. If you have a 2019 D-dime that's in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been in circulation and shows no signs of wear, you're looking at a coin that could potentially fetch higher prices at auction or from collectors. An uncirculated 2019 D-dime in gem quality, meaning it's near flawless, can fetch $1 to $5. But, and here's where it gets interesting, there's a specific error with some 2019 D-dimes that has caught the attention of collectors and investors. In some rare cases, certain 2019 D-dimes have been found with die errors. This is where the real money is. One of the most famous errors from the 2019 D-dimes is the D over D mint mark error. where the D mint mark appears to have been struck over another D. These error coins can be worth several $100s to a collector, and in some cases, even more. Look at this. This is a perfect example of a 2019 DD over D error dime. These coins are incredibly rare, and some have sold for anywhere between $100 to $1,000, depending on their condition and the extent of the error. If you find one of these, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Some of the most valuable 2019 D dimes are the ones that have not just the D over D mint mark, but also other characteristics such as double dies, misstrikes, or striking errors like off-center strikes. These are very rare, and when they do show up on the market, they can command prices in the thousands of dollars. But wait, it gets even crazier. There have been stories of some extremely rare 2019 D dimes going for $5 million at auction. Now, I know that sounds outrageous, but these aren't your everyday finds. These are coins with incredibly significant errors or features that make them stand out from the rest. And if you're lucky enough to come across one of these super rare dimes, well, you could potentially be set for life. Just imagine, you find a 2019 D dime, and after getting it professionally graded, it turns out to be an incredibly rare error coin. Or it even has the potential to be one of the most valuable dimes ever sold. We're talking about some of these coins possibly breaking records at auctions and fetching millions of dollars. It's not a fantasy. It's a real possibility for some collectors and investors out there. So, how do you find these rare 2019 D dimes? The answer lies in careful inspection. Look for the mint mark, check for any errors or anomalies, and get your coins professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. This can help you understand whether your dime is worth more than just 10 cents. Here's how you can check. Start by examining the mint mark closely. If you notice something off, maybe a doubling or an overstruck mint mark, then you might be looking at a rare error coin. Next, check the condition of the coin. If it's pristine, you might want to have it graded professionally to unlock its true value. To wrap things up, the 2019 D mint mark dimes may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but with the right features, they can turn into some serious cash. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, make sure to keep an eye out for those rare errors and minting anomalies that could make your dime worth much more than you ever expected. Thanks for watching, and remember, always do your research and be on the lookout for those hidden treasures. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts, and subscribe for more amazing tips on coin collecting. I'll see you in the next video.